Winston Churchill has once said that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The validity of this quote has been rightly proved by our today's guest, Mr. Lakshyaraj Singh, who has recently been recommended from 18 SSB Allahabad and is all ready to start his journey to destination NDA Kharakwasla, Pune. Hello everyone, I'm Anuradha De and I welcome you to yet another session on SSB Crack Talks. And let's welcome our today's guest, Mr. Lakshyaraj Singh. Hi Lakshyaraj, how are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Okay, so I am also fine. First of all, I want to congratulate you for being recommended on your second attempt from SSB itself. So I hope कि आपके घर में अभी खुशी का माहौल चल रहा है.
Yes, ma'am. And like everyone is happy. My family is proud of that I got recommended in my second attempt.
So let me ask you how you are feeling after getting recommended.
I really feel good. Like as you told, this is my second attempt. So in my like previous attempt, I got conscious out, and like it was really a horrible experience. And after you got conscious out, you really feel bad. So yeah, this time my name came in that recommended candidate list. So I was very happy, and like it was like something very excited at that moment. I think.
Okay, nice. So your parents and friends also, they must have reacted in a very, very happy way. So I want to know how they reacted when they came to know about your result on the result day itself.
Uh, I called my mom. I remember that she picked up the call and she asked me that what happened. So I told her कि मम्मी मैं select हो गया हूँ. So she was like shocked. सच में select हो गया. So like she was a bit in a shock that how I got recommended. Kind of shocked to her, and then she felt really happy about it. She got recommended.
Okay, nice. So my next question is, you must have got motivation, as I have come to know that you have got motivation from a very early childhood. So I want to know how you got motivated about joining the defense or the armed forces.
As I have mentioned earlier to SSB Crack also, that I was remember I was watching a movie called Border when I was a child with my grandparents, and after that watching that movie, I really got motivated about army because there was no army personnel in my family, so I got only motivated by that movie, and really the role of Sunny Deol as Kuldeep Singh Chandpuri really motivated me and attracted towards army that ऐसा होता है वहाँ पे, and it was such a great experience that after that when I was only maybe 12-year old, I have decided that I will join Indian Army. And when I got older, more I get to know about National Defence Academy, and then I started preparing for it.
Okay, so my next question was regarding the Border movie. You said that you got motivation from it. So could you tell me which particular scene, if you could remember from that movie, which really, helped to kindle that fire, that passion to join the armed forces inside you?
Ma'am, I remember there was a scene that when the battalion of Kuldeep Singh Chandpuri get to know that there were a full regiment, a tank regiment is coming from that opposite side. Still, he motivated his soldiers in such a, he gave a final speech to them that either they live or either they will die, but they are not going to leave the battlefield, and not himself. If anyone want to go, he can go. So that speech was such motivating for me that I really got motivated and really got that zeal. He was such a good leader that he's motivating the soldiers over there and other officers there. So that scene I really remember, and I usually recall that scene.
Okay, nice. So I think it's a favorite movie for all of us. We had really enjoyed watching that movie, which was a really blockbuster during its time. So, yeah, quite motivating for all the viewers, I think, who's also watching this. They must have also got the same motivation, the same goosebumps when they see that movie. So that is that's a really motivating thing. So my next question is related to your NDA attempts. As you have said that on your first attempt, you were not able to qualify the written exam, but on the second attempt you really did. So my question is two in this respect. Number one, how you prepared for your second NDA attempt, and second question is how your preparation was different from the first time that you prepared for the same.
So, ma'am, in my first attempt, I was preparing on self, but in my second attempt, I took a subscription of SSB Crack. So that was the difference, and I think that was very important difference because before that it was like I was unguided, but I was preparing on my own. The NCRT I was solving. But this time I got touched to SSB Correct, so I was watching your class. I also remember that I was used to watch your classes, English classes, and those previous year questions, the synonyms, antonyms. I remember like before November 2021, it was the paper. Before that, I remember I watched almost many classes of English, and you were taught in them. And I also remember we talk about the syllabus of NDA. So it is like similar to 11, 12. But in my previous attempt, I only done NCRT. But I get to know from SSB Crack that there are some portions in the chapters which are not in NCRT, but they are in syllabus. And maximum time the questions are asked from them. We talk about statistics. There were like topics which are coercion coefficient, which is not there in NCRT, but every time in NDA questions come. Maximum questions come from that topic. So that topics are this time I have done from SSB Greg. So there, I didn't remember the men's name, but she used to teach, and I the very good concept here in a really good way, and I got motivated this time. And also I made that 20 papers for sample papers from SSB Crack, and I solved them continuously, the GAT and maths, and the result was online only. And there was a competition also between people that what was your rank. So when I started, my rank used to come maybe 50 or something around, but by till the last I able to reach up to in top 5 like 3 or 4 rank. So it was also helped me a lot. After I studied, after giving sample papers, I really felt confidence, and then I gave the paper. So this time I cleared.
Okay, so I think you are talking about the mock test series that we have in SSB Crack exams regarding NDA.
Yes.
So we have provided the special feature of a leaderboard. So it's an all India ranking because people from all over India was also attending the same. So I'm so very happy. We are very happy to know that you are able to score and be the top 5 in that leaderboard. So as we have already promised that is an all India ranking, so the same happened with you, as I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my next question is, which was your strongest area? Was it maths or was it the GAT paper?
Ma'am, it was maths because I was a science student, and GAT was like a bit tough for us. So maths was my strongest area. Even though in my previous attempt I got good marks in maths, but this time I got more higher marks. Even the paper was difficult than the previous one, the November paper. But still I'm able, because my concepts were clear. I got like from SSB Greg, I got my concept very much clear, and I have studied the extra portions of chapters which are also there in NDA syllabus, but they are not in NCRT. So I have studied them, so whole syllabus was covered, and I also given sample paper that mock test series and scoring good in that. So I felt good and confident about after that. So I gave those papers.
Okay, really nice. So as you have yourself prepared, like as I said, the first attempt you were not able to qualify. Second attempt you got very good marks, you were able to qualify. So there are many viewers out there who's also watching this, and they also want to know, they are also preparing for the NDA. So could you please recommend some best ways and practices for our upcoming aspirants who are going to take the NDA exam?
Okay, ma'am. So what mistake I have done in my first one, that I was covering the syllabus, but I realized that it is very important to give the sample papers also, because if you don't give the mock test, you don't know that where you stand. So I build SSB papers. I think they are best. They are difficult than the actual papers. So when you get a difficult papers before the actual paper in your preparation, so your preparation will be, I think, good. It will be counted and very logical that if you give difficult paper before the ND exams, and you are scoring like good marks in that, then definitely you will able to clear the ND paper. So you can give the sample papers from wherever it is possible for them. It is also very important. Like covering syllabus is different aspect, but giving mock test, because there is a timing also, because you know the question, but in that 3 hours, what do you get? So more the time it happens that you know the question, but you are not able to touch the question because the time management was not so good. So only if you give the mock test series, you will able to find out where the time management, how to do that time management. So it is very important, and to solve the previous year question paper also, because most of the time the NDA papers are repeating GAT portion especially, and even the synonym antonyms were as men used to teach the previous year, so many were repeated in November paper. I got to know कि यार ये तो मैंने पहले ही करे, ये तो मेरे को exactly आते हैं. I have done them, so that is also important. So I think this can be my advice.
So practice is the key, as you are suggesting, I guess.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Practicing more and more. Yes, absolutely. So now I will move to the SSB part. So as you were also in your second attempt, was recommended in SSB. So how you prepared for your SSB?
So, ma'am, like in my first attempt, I went to a coaching institution, but this time I didn't went. I was preparing at home only because there was a group on Telegram, like online, like-minded people. We used to host meetings on Google Meet on ourselves only, and we used to do PPDT sessions over there. So it was practicing, and you are able. And there was Corona also there, so you can do that. That is a alternative, and I think very affordable alternative because you have the like-minded people with you, and you are preparing there. So that I used to do the PPT sessions. I used to conduct them. Sometime any other person used to conduct, and I used to join them. There was a link sent, and we joined through the Google Meet. So we used to do the exact PPT, like phone is in front of you, and you are speaking like you are giving the actual narration. You will give it SSP. So that was a good practice also. Talking about my previous attempt, I was not able to. I prepared only for SSB, but I realized this time that you have to improve your personality. Without that, SSB is very difficult. So this time I worked on my personality. I was in first year, so in St. Xavier's Jaipur only. So I participated in core scholastic activities, which I usually don't in my before that. So I participated in them also. Like there was competition like parliamentary debates. There were parliamentary setup was there. I used to participate in that. There is a press quiz, which is a journalism program in my college. There are big programs, and I used to participate in them and also perform good. So I got confidence, and I got something that yeah, I'm participating in those activities, and now I have like developed my personality a bit. And also we talk about SSB have a different aspect, psychology also, GT also, interview also. So personal interview, I guess that if you know, if you just sit down and just introspect yourself, see the weaknesses you have, the strength you have, because if you know those strengths and weaknesses, many times it happens that the interviewing officer, he himself asks you the question that what are your strengths and weaknesses. So in my previous interview, I'm not able to answer that question, and very simple question. You should know, you should be aware of yourself. So this time I done introspection. Bit tough, difficult it was, like more than calculus. The introspection part was difficult, finding out, digging up yourself and finding out your own weaknesses. So I done that. This time it's for personal interview, and many preparation I have done. It's like very long. Bit I told in 3.
Okay, nice, nice. So, as my next question is also what you have said just now, working on your personality and self introspection. So, my next question is what kind of improvements after you've developed a bit of your personality, as you said right now, and also you've self introspected a lot and then went for your second SSB attempt? What differences you could see in yourself? What improvements you could see in yourself from the last attempt?
Yeah. So this time, as I was improving my personality, and one of the most important aspect is knowledge. And if we talk about SSB, they are interested in the global politics more and the relation of India with the neighboring country. Not that geological, which is asked in the paper, but in SSB they ask the military aspect more. So I used to read a lot. I used to watch The Hindu. It is a channel on YouTube. I used to watch their videos. To ask me other world. She used to give world view. Also she give now also. So I used to watch those videos, and also like defense current update were used to given by the SSB Crack. I have the app after I got the paper clear, but the app was there. So the different update used to come about missiles. They get to do, about the recent meetings like Quad. So I read them. So I used to read a lot. This time I was reading a lot and getting all the information out there, how much I can get. So that made me a more knowledgeable person. Secondly, I was participating on online meetings and conducting them. So that developed my personality as my communication skills developed. Also, I participated in post-scholastic activities in college. So my like communication skills got developed. So that also developed into my personality. And third one, I done introspection. That is very, I really found out that it was very difficult. So I used to sit and find out that what weaknesses I have, what feedback I asked feedback from my parents, my friends. They told me some weaknesses. Then I used to do introspection. I really have them, and they are by like most of the time they are behavior weaknesses. You have some problem with your behavior, so you need to as soon you get to know that these are your weaknesses, you started working out. Now you are conscious that you have this weakness, so next time you take care. After that, I improved those weaknesses, so that made me a better person. Yes, sir. And I also used to do physical activities and physical exercise. I was a sports player from my childhood, so that was not very tough for me. And I also included some exercises like doing push-ups, pull-ups, and doing regularly. So that also improves personality.
Okay, so as a recommended candidate, what five golden tips you want to give for the aspirants who want to go and get recommended in the SSBs?
Ma'am, I will give that preparation is important, but more the thing that is more important than preparation is personality, because that's what they are interested in. And if we talk about, they are very experienced people, so you can't fool them. So you have to be have a good experience, and yeah, like most of the freshers, they don't have the experience. You get to know about SSB from various things, but I think the right source need to be there. We talk about SSB, correct? There are others also which give the right information about SSB. Like it is a guide, you get to know what SSB is. Now don't find any hacks or what. You just need to develop your personality. We talk about golden tips. You need to focus on your PIQ, how to fill. Take it seriously. Many people don't take it seriously. They just fill it here, like form it. You have to practice at your home. The writing you will fill. You don't cut down any. Like you should make. What I have done. I filled a PIQ form. I made like this my routine. Also the interviewing, like my hobbies I have written. So I have now sitting there at my home and I'm asking question to myself. यार PIQ से ये question मुझसे interviewing officer भी पूछ सकता है. So that was another tip I can give. Third, you can prepare at your home. Like we talk about, you don't need to go at your coaching or anything. You participate on Google Meets. There are Telegram groups now. Everyone is connected, so you can prepare there and you can participate on daily basis and improve your that skill. Because in PPDT, many people got washout. We talk about my group, 80 people were reported on very first day, and only 25 got screening. So more than 50% went home on the very first day only. So yeah, you have to prepare for that also. And PPDT, again, I will give OIR, take it seriously. And another tip, many people don't take it seriously. You need to take it OIR seriously. If you score the one OIR, chances are high that you will get screened. So just prepare a lot. Second, GTO, I can give another tip for GTO that you can do that task. We talk about those tasks, outdoor tasks, the PGT, progressive growth task. It is very important. It is something you need to focus very big, because if you perform good in that, in PGT and half group task, which is similar to that only, then you get a difficult command task. Many people say that it should not be told, but I'm telling us, you asked me the golden tip, so you should perform good in that. And also the GP, they don't require any knowledge, they require the intelligence, the common sense. So focus on them more. They are important as far as GP is concerned.
Okay, wow. Those were really golden tips, I would say. Okay, so my next question is about the viewers. Some of them are going for the different SSBs, and most of them are going for technical entries. And as I have heard that your first SSB attempt was for technical entry as well. So my question is, how your TS entry was different from the NTA entry you went for the SSBs?
Ma'am, what about TS is that there are so many people there, like 400 people report there. We talk about NDA entry, there are only, we talk about army. So army board, I will say कि 80 लोग आते हैं, but in TS there are 400, maybe 350 people are there. So the large crowd is there, and the center have like fixed availability of people who can stay there. So they will only, so the screening ratio is bit less than in TS entry. Less people got screened in TS entry as compared to NDA entry. And I will say there is no much difference in SSP. The procedure is same, but only the people who present on the very first day, because it is a direct entry, the TS one. So large number of people are there. Only 10%, that is the ratio that people got screening. But in NDA, 30%, 40% people got screening. But yeah, it is only a ratio, because if you have that in you have that personality, you will get screening. If you perform good in your PPDT task, you do good OIR, you do a good narration, you participate in GD, you write a good story, natural story. So definitely you will get screening. It doesn't matter how many people are there, they will get you screen. So that is the difference. Large number of people are there.
Okay. So in your second attempt, which task you thought that you have done, like you have performed, you've given your very best, 10 out of 10, and which task was a bit tricky for you?
Ma'am, I have given, like we talk about GTO tasks, the ground testing officer take GTO, all the ground tasks. I have think that I have really performed really good. I will not give 10 out of 10, but still they are the best compared to the others. And I will say that tricky one is psychology, because I don't know what I have written, and I don't know what I should assess it, because the assessor know what they have assessed and how they given me marks. So I don't know how it was, like it was good or bad. So it was tricky because you don't know what you have written. You have written. अब पता ही नहीं ना अच्छा करा है, because if you talk about GTO, if you have performed good, your teammates will say, "Yeah, you have really performed good," and you will also feel like that. And if you talk about interview, if you are able to answer the questions with confidence, you will feel that you have done good. But if you talk about the psychology, you don't know. You have just saw the picture, you saw the SRTs, and you have written the answer, your expression over there. So that was a tricky one because I don't know. Not even now that I have given how it was. So that is some tricky part.
Okay, psychology is always tricky, right? So yeah, it's very true. Okay, so my next question is how your teammates, how your group in the very second attempt where you got recommended, how the group played a major role in your recommendation.
Yes, ma'am. Group played really a major role because the group was really good. I was a repeater. This was my second time, so my group was of repeaters only. There were like three groups. 25 people got screening, so there were two groups were of fresher and screen out. But in the last group, we have 9 people, and we all are repeaters. So there is a myth that the repeaters group speaks a lot, they shout a lot, they don't cooperate, they only want to perform. But it was wrong in our case. Everyone is so cooperative. Like it was the best cooperation they have shown there. So it was very easy to come out. And if you have some point, if you talk about group discussion, you will speak because they're so cooperating. They will allow you to speak. And everyone was so calm. That's why the 5 people out of those 9 got recommended. That's the reason, because we were so cooperative. So which is, I think, one of the best ratios, that out of 9, 5 are getting recommended. Many times it doesn't happen. It's very rare. So why? Because we really cooperating each other, and it was there that everyone was so cooperative, and really played important role in my recommendation.
Yeah, that is truly rare. I mean, out of 9, 5 getting recommended. So that shows that what kind of group bonding or dynamics you people had. And as many of the candidates said that we are going there for competition, rivalry, but I don't think that really happens, right? It's all
Yes, ma'am.
about the group bonding and the
Yes, ma'am.
teamwork.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, true. So now my next question is, in your journey, now I'm talking about both the written exam NDA journey as well as SSB. Who acted as your biggest strength and support?
Uh, my parents, ma'am, because they always supported me. I failed in written, I failed in SSP of TS. Still, they believe me. Ki, yaar, you can do it. You try again, and if you are not able to do something else. There is no force that you have to do this only. So that is a big relief, because there is no pressure from them. You have to do it or not. Because if you are in a pressure, now SSB will become very tough for you. You need to be calm. So that was the thing, that my parents supported me a lot. They gave me everything what I wanted. So yeah, that their support is the biggest support for me in my journey.
Okay, very nice. We all are, I think, very, 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 we are in debt with to our parents for that wonderful support that they give to us, I think, in every phase of our life. That's
Yes,
true. That's what I think makes every children being successful in their lives. It's all about parents. Okay, so my next question is, I've heard from somewhere that you have written and published a book, right?
yes.
So I want to know that on what you have written that book on, and how you got this idea of writing a book and then publishing it, and where you got the inspiration from.
So, ma'am, I have a hobby of reading books. So I used to read many self-help books and the stories and fiction. So one day I was watching Sandeep Maheshwari, is a YouTuber, his video, and he was advising someone, a girl, in his video, that if you have a hobby of reading books, so you can write it. You can go on another step. That's what life. You have to move on. You have to go on another step. And when I was preparing for SSB also, there was important thing that if you come out of your comfort zone, because in SSB many times happen that the ground testing officer, psychology in interview, you will bring out of your comfort zone, and they see your performance when you are out of your comfort zone. So why not to try that thing in real life, coming out of your comfort zone? Because writing a book, you got scared ki how can write a book, but I just thought ki let's start. So I had an idea of like writing adventure, because I really interested in adventure. Adventure is one of the important role why I want to join Indian Army. So I wrote a book, fiction book, and it was, I got an inspiration from Sandeep Maheshwari that I have to write a book. And the idea was real. Like we have a Narbad fort in our Jaipur only. So me and my friend, like Vishnu is my neighborhood friend, we visited there and we done some adventure over there. So after that, that adventure, I thought a story which is not really actually done. Like I imagined a story afterwards, and I wrote that in a form of book. And it took me maybe 40 days to write that book. Slowly, I was writing this theme and this theme and the next theme, and connecting each and everything. And I was only also learning some writing skills from only YouTube and from Google. I'm searching some writing tips are there. So I followed those tips and I wrote my book. After that, done an editing of the book in like the vocabulary. I need to check it again, the grammar. So it took me another 1 month to edit that book and then to find the cover. And then I went to Amazon. I sent them the whole the book. They have checked through it. It is right book. Or like they check the content that it is not wrong content. So after that, they said I can publish my book on Kindle Direct Publishing, and then I published my book. The name of the book is The Unfortunate Adventure, and it is available on Amazon, written by me.
Wow, I think that's my next must to do thing that in the reading list that I have. I'll definitely go through your
Thank
book
you.
and I'll let you know because I'm also an avid reader. So I hope that our viewers can also take a chance of going through the book that he
Yes, ma'am.
has published and is available in Amazon.
Yes.
Okay, so my next question is, who is your role model?
Ma'am, I come from a Rajput family and I live in a village. So I used to hear the story, heard many stories of Maharana Pratap. He used to be a warrior of our like Rajasthan and Mewar district. So from my childhood, I'm a big fan of him because he was so brave. He fought Akbar very bravely, and he's an example of bravery among the kids. So I used to heard many stories from my grandparents and my paternal grandparents. So after that, I got really feel that after that I made him my role model. कि इनका जैसा बनना है मुझे. But yeah, I can't be 1% of him. He was like such a nice warrior. But yeah, he's my role model, and I read many things about him.
So when you face the failures, I think first in the NDA written exam and then in the SSB entry, then what kept you on?
It was the passion that I want to join army. I want to get recommended at least because getting recommendation is I feel like it is not easy, but if you know how to get in. So I got when I failed in first I failed in interview the TS1. I really felt bad, but then I thought that the result of NDA result, the return will come now, so maybe I can clear the paper. But after that, the result also came, and I failed in that also. So I really felt bad about it. कि यार दोनों में नहीं हुआ है. But after that, you just put up some strength because it's nothing. It's not going to benefit if you're more. Failures will come. Now you have to move on. That was the attitude I had from my childhood. कि जो हो गया अब हो गया अब आगे गया अब जो होगा वो देखेंगे. So that is more important. So I worked on that thing, and yeah. After that, I took a subscription. I know I failed in paper. What different I have to do? So I found out the best option available to prepare for the paper, and when SSB crack is there, so I choose that, and I started preparing for paper again.
Okay, nice. So now my next question is for our beautiful viewers out there and also the numerous defense aspirants who want to clear NDA or clear their SSB. How you want to recommend SSB crack exams for their preparation and help?
Well, I think, ma'am, for if we talk about SSB crack return course, it was really good. The good teachers are there. The way they made the classes was very helpful. You don't need to choose. You just need to see the classes number by number. पहले ये देखो ये देखो ये देखो. They have made it, and they also made some strategies how much hours you have to study if you are only 90 days left. We talk about only 60, 70, 60 days left for the written exam. So they tell you the strategies. 60 days are very less, but if you have prepared a lot, so you can continue with SSB crack. The teachers are really good, and they teach the different concepts which are not available in NCRT because many teachers miss them. They are not available in NCRT, but the questions are asked on them, and the concepts are very easy. But you just need to see the class. The concept will be clear, and the classes are very small. They are not like very big. We talk about maths classes. They were 20 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes. So it depends upon the topic. So they don't take 1 hour classes like many YouTubers and many people take. So 1 hour, they waste your time. The content can be done in 15 minutes. So the SSB can only take 7 minutes classes also. 5 minutes classes are also available. 3 minutes classes videos are also available. So they only take care of your time. So it is very important. And for paper, if we talk about SSB, they have good content. Like we talk about PPT pictures. मैंने तो सारी use कर ली थी SSB crack की जितनी available है online में. Google पे all the tech pictures were there. All the sample pictures, PPT pictures were there. So yeah, and there are tips also which is given by SSB crack, and very genuine tips they are. then they are not like something which bound you. They are tips which are that will make you develop your personality. So that's how you can take use of SSB Crack to get recommended.
Thank you so much for recommending us, Lakshyaraj.
Thank
So
you.
now my next and the last question is that now you're going for the academy, right? So must be there are a lot of celebrations going on. So what are your plans before joining the academy?
One plan is there that you just need to be more, do more and more exercise and keep yourself fit because in India there are the structure is like that you have to do lots of exercise over there, so you have to keep yourself fit. That's
Okay. So that was a really nice conversation with you, Lakshyaraj. Thank you
yeah.
for spending some amount of your precious time with us and guiding our viewers also regarding their preparation for the written as well as for the SSB interview. I wish you all the best for your
Thank
upcoming
you.
bright future. May you don that beautiful uniform and you make your dream come true moment and achieve the goal that you have been dreaming from your childhood. So thank you once again.
Thanks,
I'll see you next. Bye. Jai Hind.
bye. Jen.